Hi everyone. So this video is a follow-up to my last video that I posted yesterday, which I titled Astounding Stupidity. Now I got several comments on that video that raise some good points that I want to address. Now the video was about the latest jobs numbers, and I talked about them in the context of the broader economy and how well our economy is doing right now, and how it has been improving significantly over the last few years, and how, given all that, how incredibly stupid it was for people to vote for a convicted felon who literally tried to overthrow the republic just 4 years ago because they were upset about the price of eggs and the price of groceries and the economy generally. And I know not everyone voted for Donald Trump based on that, which I explained in the video, but a lot of people did. And given how well our economy is doing right now and how it continues to improve, I mean, virtually all economic indicators are moving in the right direction. To vote for Donald Trump is just beyond stupid. And so some of the comments that I got, I think, raise a good point, because what I talked about mostly was the jobs report, and we are just adding jobs like crazy. We added 256,000 jobs in the month of December alone. The unemployment rate is down to 4.1%. But people responded, some people responded by saying things like, yeah, that's all true, but, people are really suffering because, prices are still way too high. And that, that's a contributing factor for why they voted for Donald Trump. That wages haven't kept up with inflation. The price of homes and housing is just, out of reach for many people. And all of these things are just devastating to average Americans. And so, yeah, you could tell me about how, the jobs, we're adding more jobs to the economy, but many people are having to work multiple jobs and all of that kind of stuff. And those are all very good points. And though the economy is improving by leaps and bounds, we still have a lot of things that need to be improved. That is certainly the case. But to change horses to a criminal horse who is talking about radical changes that would shock the system, like his massive tariffs and everything. I mean, it's just insane when the economy is improving to say, it's not getting good enough, fast enough for me, so I'm going to go over to this fucking criminal. Anyway, to those specific points, all of that is true. But here's where the stupidity comes in. And that's why I called it astounding stupidity, because it really is truly stupid. Because on the one hand, you have the economy improving, but you have all these things that really are problems, like inflation. Now, inflation has actually been substantially reduced. It's down to like 2.2%. And in fact, if you talk about wages aren't keeping up with inflation, that was true for sure for a while, but it no longer is true. Wage growth is now exceeding inflation. So wages are growing at a faster rate than prices are increasing. And of course, wages aren't rising for everyone, and it takes time for the wage growth outpacing inflation to make a real difference that Americans can feel. That's certainly true. But, the economy takes a while. It takes a long time for changes to, one, occur, and two, to be felt. That's why you have to be an informed voter. And let me address some of the other things. So prices of groceries and homes and other things like that, yes, that's a real concern. But how the hell is voting for Donald Trump going to improve any of that? If he does what he promised to do during the campaign, he's going to make all of those things exponentially worse. So yes, there are real problems that are hurting real people. Prices are a real problem. Yes, the inflation rate has come down, but it's still increasing, right? Prices are still increasing, just not as fast as they were. And so prices are still high, and people still feel that. But to vote for a guy who's going to guarantee that inflation is going to go straight back through the roof because of his tariffs, that's stupid. Okay, that is a profound ignorance. That is a lack of understanding, number one, of what's actually going on in the country, and number two, it's an economic illiteracy. I mean, to not understand basic economics. I mean, people voted knowing full well that Donald Trump was promising these massive tariffs, yet they voted for Trump, some of them, because prices are too high. Yet he's promising to raise your prices. People don't understand that because they don't know what the hell a tariff is. This is why I called it astounding stupidity, because it is. The stupidity is astounding. You vote for prices, you're upset about prices, so you vote for the guy whose policies are guaranteed to increase prices. How about homes? You know, we need more housing in this country. There's a housing shortage, which is one of the reasons for the high price of housing. Do you think that Donald Trump's policies are going to improve that? Of course not. First of all, you know, we get a lot of lumber from places like Canada. You slap massive tariffs on Canadian imports, which Donald Trump talks about all the time. What do you think that's going to do to the price of the raw materials to build your friggin' house? Through the roof. You think that's going to lower the price of housing in this country? On top of that, if he goes through with his mass deportations, you know, undocumented workers make up a very large percentage of the construction industry. They're the ones doing the work. And in places like Texas, I mean, it's like 50, 60% are undocumented working in the construction industry. You round up all those people, you get rid of those workers, who's going to build the friggin' houses? You think we got a shortage now? You think it's going to improve with Donald Trump? Massive tariffs, rounding up people working in the construction industry? What the hell do you think that's going to do to the price of homes? And the price of groceries and the price of every damn thing else. So yes, these are real valid concerns. You know, you can't just say, oh, well, the unemployment rate is low and we're adding jobs and there's other economic indicators, you know, the stock market or whatever else you might point to as evidence of a strong and growing economy. When people feel, you know, people are still struggling with the high prices, and maybe they haven't gotten a raise in a while, and their wages haven't kept up with inflation over the last few years. That is all true. But to just say, I'm not happy, the price of groceries is still too high, so I'm going to vote for Donald Trump again, that is where the stupidity comes in, because that is beyond stupid. Voting out of ignorance is a serious problem. I mean, if you don't understand anything, like you don't understand economics, you don't understand the law or the Constitution or basic civics or history or world affairs of any kind, if you don't understand the issues to begin with, and then on top of that, you don't even know the facts of what is going on in this country, what is the point of even voting at all? It's a completely ignorant vote. You don't know what you're talking about. So why are you voting? Serious, serious problem. And to say I'm upset about the price of eggs at the grocery store, even though I have no idea. And of course, with eggs, you got the bird flu, you got all these other factors for all these different things. And these people know nothing about any of that. And to say I'm mad about the prices at the grocery store, and even though I don't know anything about why they're high or what's going on in the economy, are we moving in the right direction? You don't know anything, but you're just upset about grocery prices, so you're going to vote for a fucking criminal who's promised to make all the things that you're upset about even worse? That, my friends, is astounding stupidity. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.